Now that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is out in theaters, a lot of fans around the world are very excited and very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise and what could have been for Episode 9 based on many of the reshoots and the rewrites that took place by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Star Wars is that we do know that The Rise of Skywalker, as of right now, is nearing $1 billion at the box office. A lot of fans are still wondering as to exactly why Disney and Lucasfilm decided to go throughout all the different reshoots and not really explain Palpatine's death in the movie, which really was a big deal because it left a lot of fans very confused as to how Palpatine came back to life in Episode 9. Now, with that being said, we do know that throughout the many months of August, September, and October of last year of 2019 is when many reshoots were done for Episode 9 in order to really adjust the overall tone of this movie and to really provide fans a different feel for Episode 9, to give them a different tone, if you will, for, of course, The Rise of Skywalker, which really was a big deal because a lot of fans realized that a lot of scenes that were shot did not make it over into the actual finalized version of the movie. Now, on top of all of this, obviously we do know that this movie was very important to end the Skywalker saga. There was a lot of fans out there that love the movie. There's also a lot of fans who hate the movie. It seems to be mixed reactions for the most part for Episode 9. Now, with that being said, what's rather intriguing has all to do with the character of Anakin Skywalker, portrayed by Hayden Christensen, where it's said that both Disney and Lucasfilm went through many changes during the months of August, September, and October for the film in order to make many changes and adjustments to the second and third acts of the movie. It's explained that these changes were made in order to decrease the running time of the film and to tell a different narrative for fans to end the Skywalker saga. Now, many of which the choices were done by Lucasfilm's Kathleen, who wanted to delete many scenes in the process of what director J.J. Abrams had created since his involvement with the production of the film, one of which had to do with actor Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker in the third act of the film that was completely deleted from the movie itself, that was actually said to take Star Wars in a different direction and to add a new medium or layer to the universe in one single scene. It said that one of the major scenes that took place within Palpatine's throne room on the world of Exegol, where Sidious drains the energy from both Ben Solo and Rey and tosses Ben into a bottomless pit. Now, this is where, Rey originally was going to witness the Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker, first where Hayden Christensen portrayed an older Anakin Skywalker, where it's said that the design of Anakin here had longer hair than usual than how it was in Episode 3, and that he appeared to have some wrinkles on his face, giving him a more middle-aged look design by Lucasfilm and Disney, where Anakin's Force ghost would place his hand on Rey's shoulder as she begins to rise and face Palpatine. Now, as Anakin does this, it's said that there were glowing white orbs floating around him that would actually slowly fuse with Rey's body, and that this was said to be a visual representation of Anakin using the power of the netherworld of the Force to give Rey the power that she needs. These orbs are actually said to allow Rey to rise, whereas Anakin does this to Rey, other Force ghosts of the past appeared as Luke, Kenobi, Leia, Yoda, and others that begin to appear, placing their hands on Rey's back, where she begins to stand up to face her grandfather Palpatine to stop him from using the Force storm on the Resistance. Now, the scene was also said to have an original Skywalker theme by John Williams that was also entirely cut from the movie that would actually serve as a great purpose for Anakin and Luke in the moment. However, this scene was cut due to many of the reshoots that changed aspects of the third act that did not match up with the second act of the film, and that Lucasfilm wanted to keep the Force ghost more so a mystery in the scene to create the less is more technique for the moment in the movie. Now, the scene was actually said to be very emotional, and that the Force ghosts of the past, including Anakin, had a slightly different color than usual than the traditional glowing blue effect, where there was a radius of white glowing light around them, using them as a power to heal Rey to give the energy that she needed after Sidious used the life of her Force bond with Ben Solo to rejuvenate herself, where there was even a segment in the film in which Palpatine witnessed the Force ghost helping Rey, which distracted him. So, let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about The Rise of Skywalker, obviously, is that this movie had so much potential as far as what they really could have done with the Force Ghosts and everything related to Anakin, Luke, Kenobi, Yoda's Force Ghosts, you name it, actually appearing within the world of Exegol, helping Rey to stand up to her own grandfather. Now, I don't know about you, but this to me would have been a more powerful moment in episode 9, and it would have really given, I think the audience a proper way to actually see the Force Ghost, to actually realize that this is the true culmination of the Skywalker saga. Now, I've gone over my spoilers review, I've gone over my initial reaction of this movie weeks ago, if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. I still do stand by my opinion that it would have been a better choice to actually show the Force Ghost through what was originally planned, especially with actor Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker appearing as, that popular character from the prequel trilogy era. And I think it would have really connected with a lot of prequel trilogy fans, given that even if you do listen to the voices in the movie, I will admit it was hard to understand exactly who was who at times. In fact, I didn't understand who was Kanan Jarrus at one point in time, or, who is even Anakin Skywalker. Hayden Christensen had a bit of a different voice in that particular scene. They definitely did deepen it quite a bit in order to give him a different sound. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.